Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. Yesterday's daily was fine, not that amazing, but fine. 2.28th percentile, 311th on the leaderboards, 43,571, plus we beat Sinvicta, which is the most important part. That was good enough to lower our overall average to 4.54% and put us in 88th place on the leaderboard. Let me look at my competition here. Astral Zenith, Green Calx, Crabjack. I'm coming for you with a good run today, hopefully. Alright, and my friend Corey, aka Flack Blag. 3.75 percentile. I think he's getting further away, but we're keeping it semi-competitive at the very least. So daily challenge. I have mods on, as I often do. Don't look at this, it's a spoiler, okay? If you looked at that, that's a cybercrime. We are Lazarus, and we are strong. And we are going to Mom's Heart, which means we're going to be looking for seams pretty early here. Okay, let's do it. What? How though? How though? Okay. I don't understand what's happening here. I have 11 lives. Is today like International Reincarnation Day or something? You know what's funny? Is actually, I think this never happens, but like 30 seconds into this video, I'm like, we have a seam already that a lot of people might not have found. I'm not saying I'm the master of doing this, but by the way, I'm trying not to lose my life here playing too aggressively because we actually do have one more HP if we can get a red heart to back it up. So if it takes us a little longer on this floor to make this happen, I think that's fine, but better safe than sorry is what I'm trying to get at. I think a lot of people will not make the move to try to pick up that red chest because it's just oftentimes not a great idea unless you have a bomb that you can use to crack into those blue fires, maybe get some spirit hearts out of it or just, you know, keep yourself alive, basically. But I'm very confused. Yep, I saw that coming a million miles away. I'm very confused about this run right now. But I guess I'm happy that we've died and come back as Lazarus because we get a damage bonus. And that was from Lazarus Rags. I suppose in actuality the best way to handle this run would be you kill yourself, get Lazarus Rags to pop, pick up the other Lazarus Rags, kill yourself, so that you get a second Lazarus Rags to pop. I'm not sure if you get the multiplier and the stats up for that as well. And then you would take 9 lives from the curse room, but it's kind of it's tricky. And I'm not even gonna make a joke about, you know, to rock the rhyme that's right on time. It's tricky. I'm just gonna say, like, you know, that was a surprising first floor. An unusual first floor, but a first floor that, to be honest with you, I'm relatively happy with. We got 10 lives, 1 HP, respawn as Lazarus. I'm just gonna head down to the next floor, I think. Save our bomb for a tinted rock, and use that tinted rock to hopefully get a spirit heart, get a deal with the devil, and, you know, Bob's your uncle at that point. But it's very important we try to get this deal with the devil to happen here. I feel like we can't be confident that we're doing really well on a run. Please give me 2 cents. That's not 2 cents. We can't be really confident that we're doing well on a run unless we have the complete picture, or as complete of a picture as we could possibly muster, about how things actually look. So, you know, if I ever don't get a deal with the devil, then oftentimes I do find myself being kind of adrift and like, I don't know how this run is going. It feels like it's going pretty well, but who knows if I missed out on, like, you know, the almighty breaking item or something in our deal with the devil. So, you know, we gotta try to make that happen here. The good news is we're fighting Monstro and 2 enemies who have not had pathfinding behaviors implemented on them. So it's easy enough for us to just stay back here and probably wish to avoid taking HP before we go into this boss fight. If we die, it's not really a big deal. We'd rather make sure we get the HP back. On the back end. That's a perfect get there, by the way. So Sack Dagger is a beautiful item. We're gonna take one of these no matter what. So then the question becomes, do you take duality and kill yourself? And the answer is yes. Or do you just walk out? And the answer is yes very easily here. That was Lazrags. Yeah, that was. And we didn't get the extra stat bonus for it. But the reason we do this, and the reason it was a no-brainer, is because we're going to have the same HP regardless. The only thing we lost there is a life. And we got duality out of it. Is that a huge get? Maybe, maybe not, but... I think it is a cool item, at the very least. Try it. Explosive diarrhea. Could be worse. Could be worse. And a range upgrade. Alright. I do apologize, by the way. I shouldn't apologize. You know, the rhinovirus should apologize, but I am still a little bit sick, but I gotta admit, yesterday, on yesterday's daily, I might have even sounded better, but I was feeling a lot worse. I woke up today after, like, one of those sleeps that is so rejuvenating, it's like you just came out of, like, a... You know, that pod in The Empire Strikes Back that Luke Skywalker's in after he gets rescued by Han Solo? Wow, such a nerdy reference to a movie that made, you know, $750 billion at the box office. You're such a geek. Yeah, we'll grab that. I actually felt like a new person when I woke up today. So, you know, it's possible that the aliens have invaded and systematically replaced all of my atoms. You know, we got a Theseus ship problem going on here, but, it's also possible that I'm on the mend, which is good. Baby's got the mends. You know, that's what Tom York said. That's what America said, and it's worked out pretty well so far. So is this daily, by the way. We've still got 9 lives. More than enough to make something happen, even if it takes a long time to do so. Sack Dagger's a wonderful item. Alge's Rune is more of a, I'd say more of a... I'm gonna look for second secret room here. Sorry, my brain got scrambled. More of a hush situation there, or possibly a blood bank if we're lucky enough to find one in like 2 floors. But we'll see how that goes. I don't really want to fight an angel, even if she is my darling angel. Even if she is closer than my peeps, she is to me, baby. Life is one big party when you're still young. Okay. I think it's here. We've made a great decision. Oh, but then we can't get blank card. And we really, really want it because blank card Alges is a great combination. That's actually another... That's a seam, without a doubt. So the only way that we could actually pivot and grab that, I think, is if we were able to get... we should have checked the shop for a bomb. It was worth the risk. But so be it, you know. We've still got great things going for us on this run. But now there's a seam, and blank card Alges is the seam. If we had just managed to save 1 extra bomb, could have made that happen, no problem. Temperance, combined with Alges, is possibly worth it. Which would mean we'd have to do it on this floor. We can also open that Mimic chest, since we have an Alges rune, so... Wow, that was just the worst dodging of all time. That's not me trying to sugarcoat it, by the way. The loss of, like, infinite Alges is actually extremely bad. But I'm hoping we can get Blood Bag, hoping we can get some extra money out of this. We had to deviate just briefly there. If we don't get Blood Bag, we could make IV Bag work. Don't get me wrong. And we did get it, so I'm actually hopeful that we can get something going here with IV Bag. Not really sure what that's going to lead to, but we can now access Curse Rooms at half price. You know, as long as we have red hearts to take in, we can access those at half price. I believe IV Bag is a breaking item as well. Like this plus... Corey was telling me. Again, he's the daily master out of the 2 of us. He was telling me that, you know, one of the techniques you use to get really high scores on dailies is to, that is still paying dividends for us, so I'm going to keep using it for now. One of the ways to get, like, killer scores on dailies is to get cursed dice, and then combine that with IV Bag, and just, you're trying to get, like, D20 rerolls, and I don't know, man. I don't know. Get to 99 of each consumable, I suppose, long term. Yeah, that is giving us points. Like, it's compromising our damage penalty, obviously, but it's also giving us more financial rewards. So I think we should keep doing this for now. It's a very strange arena for a Mega Moth fight, but we are kicking his butt, so I'm not going to complain. Deal with the devil, maybe? No deal with the devil, but HP, and I'll continue to take that. I don't know where I'm going to get rid of this IV Bag. I don't know when I'm going to use this black rune. It's actually, like, ideal for boss rush. But now I'm second-guessing myself. I'm like, if you pop it on boss rush, does that still allow you to fight the bosses? It does, right? So Fanny Pack is really good and gives us breaking potential, I think. Because we're going to get items every time we get hit. We don't want to spend too much time here, but Tarot Cloth is lovely. We got 2 black runes. I would love to get more options. In fact, we have 2 doubled black runes. So we're not probably going to be able to use one of them. Although we could use... What happens if you use it on consumables? We might as well try, right? Because we have one just sitting around doing nothing. We got another black rune. Are you kidding me? Like that one, okay, it just does nothing. Fair enough. Okay, well, I will hurt myself to get more options, I think. Thanks to the fanny pack, that worked out nicely anyway. Grab this, grab that. We're down to the caves too with no chance of a blood bank, but I think that worked out fine regardless. Now we do have an extra bomb, but I guess we're just going to save that. Actually, we're going to use it to try to find a second secret room here. Ah, okay. Let's go down here. Looks like a nice little arrow room there. I mean, if you got trapped over there somehow, you'd be in a bad place, but the fact is that we weren't, so no problem. We're still, like, I would describe us as mildly ahead of schedule for boss rush. I'm excited as horrible. Sack Dagger gives us the ability to kind of pop off a little bit faster as well. Don't be gross, okay? So I'm not worried about making it to boss rush. I'm a little worried about making it through boss rush, but we got a long time before that's going to be that relevant, I think. And these still, yeah, they're still bearing out points for us. So I'm assuming that our damage penalty is going to be a little outrageous, but our consumable bonus should compensate for it. Yeah, these enemies, they're too fast, they're too fast, they're too fast, they're too fast. Let's just sit here for a minute. Oh, fanny pack. Just gonna ride out the I'm excited problem as long as we can. We just got another luck upgrade for the penny that we got from IV bag. So we're trying to, you know, you can see how the pieces fit together for some kind of game-breaking synergy here. If not game-breaking, at least useful synergy. We hurt ourselves, gives us money, gives us points, gives us a chance for, oh, that you're fast again. Gives us a chance for, a lucky penny. The lucky penny increases our chance, I think, of getting a fanny pack payout. And, you know, these kind of, like, they snowball off of one another. It's a runaway equilibrium. Onsus. Good pop, good pop. And we'll take Black Rune, which is really, now that we have more options, Black Rune is actually, like, a super good choice. Although I'm just going to use it immediately. We got one luck upgrade and a speed upgrade as well. But why was it the right idea to use Black Rune there? Well, it might not be, but Black Rune is... I figure, let's not fall into a value trap. Let's instead just try to use Black Rune at, like, the first available opportunity. So the thing is, we do get more value out of popping it on an item room because we have 2 items in there. But if we have one item that we like, I'd probably rather take that. I think getting one item you like and black runing a spacebar item you can't do anything with is probably better for you. Plus, we could just get another, you know, yeah, like we definitely wanted Capricorn here no matter what. We also just got extra consumables for taking Capricorn. Is that normal? That seems unusual to me. I will take the map. I will take... This is the Ace of Spades. Which I think, like... We actually do want to do something with it. We have 0 keys. So I think you leave, drop Alges... Come back, take the Ace of Spades, pop it, grab 3 keys. Alright, pretty good. Still got a lot of floor left to cover here, so, you know, okay, we maybe didn't need to... Oh, it turns all consumables on the floor into keys! How is it just now that I'm realizing that? That is actually... I've lost, like, all of my faith in myself there. We're up to 5 luck now. Starting to get a little crazy here. I think you're seeing it. I think you're going to start to see it as well. Like, this run has always been pretty good, but that Capricorn pickup has taken us to the next level, I think. Luck up, luck up, luck up, luck up. We have Alges, which is more of a... Again, like, we could use it on boss rush if we have to, but More of a hush pop most of the time. Everyone's least favorite candy. Dude, I got a bone to pick about ring pops, okay? I can't believe this candy still exists. That seems like a candy that, you know, for those of you not in a country that serves ring pops. I say serves as if, your ring pop, sir. I'm just gonna take this and not worry about, algaes for now. Or worry about using IV bag for now. Ring pops seem like something that, you know, during the height of the Industrial Revolution, you'd be like, well, you can put candy on a ring. Isn't that cool? And you'd be like, yeah. And then like 10 years later, you send a man to the moon. You're like, okay, ring pops aren't the shit anymore. But they're still around. All they do, make your teeth feel weird. This is how I know I'm 100 years old. Make your teeth feel weird. That enamel's not going to last forever. But they also give you a sticky finger. And I'm not talking about the Rolling Stones album of the same name. I can't believe that, like, the Ring Pop Corporation, they get a lot of mileage out of the fact that they basically create wearable candy. It's like a Fitbit, but the opposite. Please, just pass away here. Thank you. Alright, easy fight. We are a little more behind schedule now. Honestly, I feel like we gotta try the devil deals here. And I made a huge mistake, to be honest with you. The angel deal, there's almost no way it could have been worse. But on the last daily where we had this, I took the angel deals, and the angel deals kind of sucked. So, you know, bear with me here. So an XL floor combined with the map basically means we will make boss rush. Another black rune. I think right now, we expect to get a Yera later. So I'm going to black rune for now. And use that on boss rush, hopefully. Now, this is an important floor for us, by the way, because this is around the time where I might start to think about looking for a way out. You know, we have Rune Bag. AWAS is one way out. If we get an AWAS rune, we might want to hold that over basically any other kind of rune right now. Because we need that to get past the Mom's Heart floor. There's no... Oh, you know what? And I just realized, it's been a while since we've had a Hush fight. Or since we've had one that stops at Mom's Heart. There's just no Hush fight on this run. You can't get it even if you're fast enough. So, we don't need to worry about that. So boss rush is doubly important. But then on top of that, we need... Ah, that was bad. On top of that, we need some way, if possible, to get past Mom's Heart. Now, how are we going to do that? The easy way... Well, the easiest way is an AWAS room. The second easiest way is a self-sacrifice room. That it's a little less easy because you don't know... I mean, if you get one just on the Womb 2, then it's obvious. You take it. If you get one earlier than that, there's always this little thing in the back of your head that's like, maybe there's going to be one on the next floor and we're missing out on points. You know, if someone had foreknowledge of the daily, they could abuse that. Not abuse it necessarily, you know what I mean. They could use that to their advantage. But let's not worry about that too much for now. I'm actually loving this because, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of Robo Baby, but the fact that it's landing shots in there without me getting into harm's way is pretty nice here. That was beautiful. See you later, buddy. You never leave your man unchecked in a man-to-man defense. It's just it's the first rule of football. I would know. I played football for 22 years in the NFL. My name is David Akers. I'm a kicker for the Philadelphia Eagles. Look, my knowledge of the NFL stops in 2004, right? But I tried. I tried to make these relatable. Appeal to my large American audience. Because if there's one demographic that loves watching this nerdy, raised by Mystery Science 3000 individual play the same video game over and over, it's definitely NFL football fans. You know what's funny is that I heard, well, I hear a lot, like, whenever there's, like, the Super Bowl's happening, people on Twitter that I follow, it's mostly, like, video game Twitter. You know, I sure hope that sports ball game goes good today. I love when the man who gets paid $12 million to throw the ball passes it to the other man who gets paid $8 million to catch the ball, you know. They're very cynical about it. And I understand that video games and sports have a weird history of, despite being largely the same an abstraction of the same thing, you know, like hating each other for whatever reason. But, I heard that to an insane and hilarious degree when Kate and I got back from PAX. We were having dinner at this sushi restaurant, and there was a couple sitting there, and they were sitting, they were younger than I am, so they were probably like in their late teens or early 20s. They were sitting on the same side of the booth, which I was like, you know what, that's cute, but also at the same time, it's making things a little uncomfortable. Because, like, you got this chair there, and you, like, the two-seat table is designed to sit across from one another. They had all their food stacked up on one side of the table. The other side of the table was lonely. It's like, well, please think about the other side of the table before you, you know, go this way with your actions. But then, the dude, they were watching, like, competitive cup stacking videos. I'm gonna take the relic. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean that sincerely. Why? I mean, I would have to be an idiot to say there's something wrong with that. It's more athletic than what I do, even if it is a little bit of a niche sport itself. But then I heard the dude say something where I was like, oh, come on, man. And if you're listening, I guess there's a chance you are a fan. I'm not trying to sell you out. But you said, man, look at that. First off, that was an important play. But you said, man, look at that. When this guy wins the competitive cup stacking tournament, all of his competitors are there to congratulate him. That's something you would never see in sports. And I thought, what are you talking about? Have you ever seen, like, the handshake line at the end of a sporting event? Are you trying to imply that cup stackers are somehow innately more noble and sportsmanlike than other athletes, you know? It's just a ridiculous statement. If you want to... you will take this, obviously. If you want to make fun of sports that are not cup stacking, it's very easy, you know? Someone goes, hey, why don't you go be a big nerd cup stacker? And you go, hey, why don't you get 8 concussions, retire at the age of 45, and have, like, horrible brain injuries, you know? That's not something to be made fun of, but they drew first blood. So it's really your... what is that? We have an AWAS rune. That's why I'm AWAS. I'm AWAS like a Sunday morning. Okay. Again, please don't take that as a, as me being like, you know, making light of, what is it, CTE? Cranial traumatic encephalopathy or whatever. Like, it's not actually, it's just there's other things to make fun of sports for than things that are patently false. I watch sports. I watch perhaps a lot of sports. And I don't keep ESPN on all day because we don't have it here. But at the same time, I was like, this guy's never watched a sport in his life. And he's like, yeah, cup stackers. They were raised right. Everybody who's raised right, they're all making, you know, $30 million a year. Nobody's, like, getting too sore about much. It's all fabricated drama anyway. You know, it's always that danger of falling into the people who do my hobby are better than the people who do your hobby trap. People, I think, are largely the same. I'm not ragging on cup stackers. You've definitely heard the same thing from, like, you know, people who are traditional sports fans. They'll be like, yeah, well, you know, football players, best people on earth, man, salt of the earth. Baseball players, yeah, you could never go wrong with a baseball player. You know, it's just a very easy human trap to fall into, I think. So I haven't talked much about Isaac very recently here, but it's because the run has been going actually, like, totally fine. I am hoping to amp things up a little bit here, but we do have our seam. Provided we don't get a crawl space, we have our seam to escape from the worst part of this run, which is the fact that we would otherwise be trapped at Mom's hard fight. So, do you see my bold strategy here? Not my bald strategy, that's something completely different. Have you been looking at my PowerPoint presentation? You've been looking at my Microsoft OneDrive? No, but, oh, Algis? Yeah. Shit. My strategy is, I don't like a lot of these enemies. So anytime we have a chance to get hit, I'm gonna try to pop IV bag, and then use sack dagger. So I get like a half a second period of invincibility. I guess we should use our Yara rune to double consumables here, but if we're ever in danger of getting hit, I'm like, just pop IV bag and then use sack dagger to get some damage done. Because, like, it does seem significant. Now, it's a high-risk strategy. The other reason I'm doing this is because I just, you know, I hate to spend 45 minutes on boss rush. Normally, you only do boss rush if you're if you've got a teleport card, or if you're strong enough that you think you'll get it done quickly. Out of all the enemies there, I got hit by the fucking fly. And this run is going actually fine. Blank card Alges would be an amazing setup right now. We fell one bomb short of being able to make that happen, which is my bad, but there's no way we could have possibly predicted it. So it's not like I'm losing too much sleep over it. He said, after saying that he had one of the best sleeps of his life, so you know I'm telling the truth there. You know the kind of sleep I'm talking about. We've all had it at some points in our life. When it happens, it's wonderful. It's the kind of sleep you can only get when you're really, really tired. So you got to put in the hours at the top of the clock. You know, you got to get tired before you can get a sleep. This is the kind of sleep you get after you just did, like, you know, you've reset your sleep schedule because school's starting again soon. So like for 2 days in a row, you've gotten jack shit to sleep, or for sleep, I should say. Then you finally get to bring it all together. When you take it all away. I still think that this strategy has merit. Now, there's a little inherent... I walked on the creep. There's a little inherent risk to it. Namely, like, if you really want to kill something, you got to commit fairly hard. I got hit by a bomb that he threw before he died. I'm embarrassed. Actually, our rate of fire is good. I was going to say we're in, like, a little bit of a bad place DPS-wise, but we're really not. Like, the run is actually very good. It's just not well suited to boss rush. And that's fine. We'll continue to, you know, just use IV bag whenever plausible to make things happen here. It would be really nice to, I mean, Fanny Pack's good, but Old Bandage with this much luck would also be solid. You can tell that this is not like an ideal boss rush run, just based on how long it's taking us to finish it here, but definitely this is a situation in which if you had more patience than I do. Oh, permanent Polaroid invincibility, of course! Definitely a situation in which if you had more patience than me, I think you're going to be in a lot better of a position damage-wise. But, I'm playing my own run here. I appreciate the spirit. I appreciate the Alges rune more than anything you could ever know. So thank you for that. We'll go grab this. Go do some damage to these enemies. We could have grabbed that either way. But this saves us from having to have red hearts to do it. Which I appreciate. Okay, you gotta go, dude. I don't want to do this for like the next 25 years. So just let me finish this. Oh, we have Tarot Cloth, so Alges is gonna be so dope. That also means that AWAS is extremely unlikely to not work for us, because it would have to give us 2 crawl spaces in a row. It's unlikely. Not impossible, but unlikely. Onsus, we need AWAS. So we'll take AWAS. Wanted to see if we got any other, you know, valuable consumables there, like that, for example. Why am I losing so much more, point-wise? Just go, dude. Something's not right here. I don't know if I want to go into that portal. That portal scares me. I think I'm gonna stay away from that portal. Just take me down to the Paradise City, where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Okay, so we're on the Womb 1, we got 20,000 points. We have no rush whatsoever, and that's very important to keep in mind. Because we really should take every available opportunity that we have right here. No hush fight, so, you know, to be at 99 cents is basically completely irrelevant, I think. I don't think we're getting too many more points for money at this point. We got Sack of Sacks. Sack of Sacks! Almost sounds like a Sega Saturn. Sega Saturn! Sort of works. Nonsensically. I appreciate the cancer trinket, by the way. Rate of fire is going to be ridiculous. It's like we have aura right now. We also have Mom's Eye, so we're shooting out of the back of our head as well. So I'm trying to think of where we're going to be point-wise here. Assuming we only go to Shoal, we probably will finish in, like, the mid-30s. If we manage to get to the dark room after Shoal, we'll have to think about it. Because, like, we need a sacrifice room on Shoal. That's our ideal play right now, is you go to the Womb 2. I don't know how you died, but we go to the Womb 2. use AWAS, get the Shoal. Shoal has a self-sacrifice room. Yeah, that was bad. Should have IV bagged. We have invincibility. I just have to remind myself to use it. It's going to be weird to evaluate this run because my damage penalty is going to be really high, but it also allowed my consumable bonus to get higher, so I'm assuming that IV bag damage does count in that damage penalty, but I could be mistaken. Go check our secret room. I could still use blank card, like blank card AWAS or something. Not the worst thing in the world. Counterfeit petty is a little too late. And we do have a guppy item. It's easy to forget, so I would like to make the guppy dream come true here. And I'll tell you straight up, if we get a guppy item on our curse room, I will go to the deal with the devil. Otherwise, I'll go to the deal with the angel and try to make it work. I want to get goat head with duality, man. So I guess we're going to deal with the angel. People have been telling me, sincerely, especially Sinvicta has been telling me that, like, duality is like an A+ item. And I'm not saying I disagree. In concept, I see how it can get there. I can't seem to make a run or engineer a run in which it pops off. Okay, I mean, if we could hold 2 cards, the world card is pretty great, but I think we're about where we would expect to be on this floor in terms of our points. I think I've just been trending a little lower in points for a couple runs now. I don't know, like when I went away, it's short-circuited my Isaac brain. I find myself like consistently 2,000 points or so lower than I would like to be when I'm on the mom fight. Haven't really been having the best luck in boss rushes. That could be part of it. You know, taking a lot of damage, mostly due to being an idiot. But you know, you want to play aggressively. Or at least I want to play aggressively when my damage is bad. I don't want to play conservatively because, I mean, quite frankly, it's just annoying. It takes forever. This dude is, like, extremely annoying. Yeah, money is not worth much for us anymore, so the IV bag has sort of served its purpose for now. Again, maybe if we can find one of those... I'm not calling it cheesy to, like, act like I'm better than the people who do this. If we can find one of those semi-breaking enablers, then I think there's value to that, but short of that, I think we're pretty much done with IV bag. I would love to know what I got hit by there. Maybe I walked into the enemy and just didn't notice, but it sort of felt like I just got hit by nothing at all. And those kind of, you know, damage penalties are what can affect your score at the end of the day. Any chance you're going to pop up with the area of you that is actually vulnerable at some point? Because, like, this fight is getting a little ridiculous. I mean, I can do, like, a little damage here and there, but kind of hoping that, like, at some point you're going to give me that vulnerable... Hey, there we go. You are dead now. Okay. What a strange boss. We will take belly button. And it's a decent trinket, although a little too late to be amazing. And then a Holy Mantle is exceptional. It's possible our Devil Room would have been better, but this is really good. Alright, so this floor is important. We don't want to pop AWAS yet. I think the right... Oh, Black Rune, though. The right course of action here is to see if there's a self-sacrifice room. If there isn't, then we have to use AWAS. Like, there's no finessing there. But if there is, we don't have to use AWAS. And again, AWAS, there's a small chance AWAS could screw us. I don't think it's likely at all. I'm talking, like, less than 5% chance. There's a small chance AWAS could screw us with Tarot Cloth and just create 2 portals that both go to the crawl space. But if it doesn't, we should be going to Shoal, at which point we'd be going to a self-sacrifice room, and we'll be really happy to have, we'll go into Shoal looking for a self-sacrifice room, and we'll be really happy to have this much red HP if that happens, because it's going to enable us to recover from all that we're going to have to donate HP-wise. So, just going to start by... I mean, obviously you're also noticing probably that I'm being a little bit more aggressive now. That's pretty much 100% Holy Mantle. Like, there's no reason not to use Sack Dagger now. At least, to begin with. Did you see that fly? Went apeshit, dude. At this point, we probably shouldn't be using IV Bag. It is nice to do damage to enemies and, be invincible, but the damage penalty it's causing to myself is worth way more in the negative direction. I don't actually know if there can be a self-sacrifice room now. I'm just looking at the map here. One of these has to be a boss room. I don't think the self-sacrifice room can be long. Yeah, we got algaes. That's what we want. Yeah, I don't think a self-sacrifice room can be long, so that would mean that we're pretty much stuck here. Wait, we don't want algaes, we want AWAS. We want AWAS, not algaes. There we go. Extremely Northernlion voice. Almost mucked that one up something fierce. Blame it on the slowly increasing amount of congestion in my voice. I love, like, the side-by-side comparison. Like, if you start these videos, it's like, hey, everybody! Welcome back. Northernlion plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, and then at the end, it's like, I can barely get a word out. Mucus imprisoning me. All that I see. Minor infection. I cannot live. I cannot die. Okay. See, that's one by Metallica. That one's for you, Sinvicta. It's not a good time for a paralysis pill. It's not a bad time for it. It's just kind of like, you know, who you trying to impress. This run, it's kind of a quiet run. Like, it's been good, but considering how ridiculously it started with the, I don't really care about it, Degas right now. Considering how ridiculously it started with all the HP or not even HP, we did get an HP upgrade really early, but the life increases. It's kind of gotten a little quieter since then. I hate this room, dude. I think we've done it. We've not done it. Okay, now we've done it. You should check on that. I mean, golden bombs don't really matter. They don't come equipped with rear view mirrors. They dip. So it's going to be It Lives, maybe a deal, AWAS. There's no hush fight, and we couldn't have made it. Or we wouldn't have made it anyway. Even if there were. No deal. Okay, so this is the important part. AWAS. We only got one way to the next floor, but it was a good one, thankfully. And we're just gonna leave here. And now we're gonna be looking for an Onsus rune to get an idea of whether or not there's a self-sacrifice room available on this floor. So peep this. I mean, we do want to do that, but I kind of want to fight Satan first, just to get it out of the way, and then we'll work backwards. And the longer we can keep Holy Mantle active here, the happier we're going to be. Okay, that was extremely close. Because if we can use, the foot, or sorry, use the dagger to kill the foot, we're going to be in a great spot. What was that move? As of right now, I sort of feel like this could be a, this could be like a top 250 run. I think I gambled and lost on our IV bag plays to some extent, although we did get some value out of them as well. Black rune. But I think this is not one in which I'm going to be looking for the top 50 necessarily. I could be wrong. Another AWAS rune. There's no reason not to use it, but yeah, it usually doesn't work out, or actually maybe never works out on these floors. So we're really looking for self-sacrifice. I could be wrong, but I think that, again, like I'm looking at my point total. I'm not that impressed. I think this is going to be another one, though, that is not going to bring me down. It might just keep bringing me up on the leaderboards. And every time you get another run that, you know, let me put it this way. You're in a class, right? And the class, the way that it's marked is you just have 10 tests. You got 1 test a week for 10 weeks. If you get an 8 out of 10 on the first test... Oh, there's a self-sacrifice room. Hell yeah. If you get an 8 out of 10 on the first test, you're averaging 80%. But it's still very easy. If you got a 4 on the next one, all of a sudden you're averaging 60%. You know, it's pretty easy for... You're still agile. You can move in one direction a lot faster. If you got 9 tests done, and you've gotten an 8 on every single one of them, it's a lot harder to bring your average down, you know? You can only bring it down to like a 72 or something like that. So, or actually, I guess, you know, even less than that. But what I'm getting at is the more runs you have that are decent, the harder it is for one bad run, mathematically speaking, to fuck you over. Now, the difference here, and the reason you can't treat it as if it's just in a vacuum, is other people are also playing at the same time. And if they're consistently doing better than you, it's eventually going to be harder for you to catch up as well. You know, you're not playing just against yourself. Hagalas. So the self-sacrifice room is actually, like, totally fine. What I'm thinking here is, don't pick up those spirit hearts. I think we're better off trying to Yera those spirit hearts. And then getting to full HP or close to it by the lamb fight. Now, how are you not going to be in the same position that I'm in here? That's important to think about. Like, what does it take? I mean, maybe we just take that spirit heart. What is it gonna take in order for you to do worse on this run than I'm doing right now? You're gonna need to not save the Awaz rune, which is plausible. Everybody has brain farts sometimes. Or you're gonna need to not get the rune bag, which I don't know if it was plausible. That seemed to just be in an item room. Maybe you miss boss rush, but I think the run is pretty strong. Maybe you take more damage than me. That seems somewhat unlikely. I don't know. Maybe you get down here, but you don't have enough HP to handle the self-sacrifice room. It's not implausible. So I think you can probably guess what I'm getting at here. Is this run? I mean, it's mercifully pretty short daily. It's only 42 minutes long. Trying to get over a little bit of sickness here, but I'm getting at here is like Yera this. You could Yera this, or you could Yera that. You could Yera this, or you could Yera that. I don't even think we need to use another Yera there. There's enough hearts. Like, we went from 2 to 8, right? So we don't need to Yera it again. Why? This was not necessary. So we're going to take our Sun card. The idea here is that our Sun card will get us back to full health from a red HP standpoint, if necessary. And then we'll pick up all of these red hearts that are out here, and all the spirit hearts as well. So this is going to hurt, but it's also very necessary. Get to fight angel statues, which is actually where we're going to want to use black rune for sure. So we'll get like both key pieces on the ground, and then we'll use black rune. Okay, we don't want to pick that up just yet. Do want to grab that. So we're losing a couple thousand points coming down here. Or doing the self-sacrifice room, but it is worth it in the end. I'm almost positive. So there's the key piece. Do it again. That's a lot of spirit hearts. Fight the other angel statue. That's extremely important. Do not mess this part up. Do not step on the spikes again. It's worth taking damage to not step on the spikes again. You gotta go. You gotta go. Then, leave. Grab black rune. Come back in. Oh, but it's gonna turn all the spirit hearts into jack shit. So grab the spirit hearts first. Suck it all up. Got a damage and a luck upgrade and a speed upgrade. That's pretty good. We're gonna come back out here, grab our red hearts, because the longer we can go without using our Sun card, the better. 1 HP probably doesn't matter too much. Okay. Then we're gonna head downwards here. Okay, give it a sec. That's okay. It did drop some consumable at the end, but that's okay. So now we're down here with 32,000. I think my original score prediction is not unrealistic. I said we'd be in like the mid-30s, but we would have been in the mid-30s already without that like minus 2,000 whatever damage penalty for going to the self-sacrifice room, but obviously it had to be done, but then we wouldn't have gotten the bonus for teleporting this far. You get the idea. It's sort of a chicken. It's a catch-22. It's not a chicken and the egg. Oh, my nose, dude. Stop being so congested. I feel good now. And I knew that I would now. Just give it a little wipe. There's no time for a full-on nose blow, and I don't want to gross you guys out, but at some point, it's probably grosser to listen to this dude struggle with his impaired respiration than it is to just hear one sort of gross, like, you know, nose clear. We're all human, you know, we get sick from time to time. I'll admit, though, I mean, I'm guilty of it this week, but whenever I'm, like, out and people are, like, sniffing or coughing or sneezing, I'm like, it's so selfish, just stay home. And then when I have it, I'm like, you don't understand. I'm an important person. I got things to do. I don't care if you guys get sick. Why would I care if you get sick? I'm already sick. It's a very selfish attitude, I'll admit, but I am guilty of it. And I don't think it's endearing. I think it's just asshole-ish. But don't you feel that way? You're sitting next to someone and they sneeze and you're like, oh, why didn't they just stay home? I feel that way. Like, anytime you ever have the sniffles, you should take the day off work. Mom's eyeshadow. Get the mom transformation. I'm not suggesting that that's good corporate policy, by the way. I'm just suggesting that's my corporate policy. Hello, thank you.
Oh, you have tissue.
I do have tissue, but I appreciate it. Do I sound that bad? There's no pause in the game on dailies. This is my lifeblood here. This is my raison d'etre. Not the best French accent I've ever put on. Do we have to fight, like, bosses on every room? I get that it's the late game. We just have one room that's, like, 8 spiders. We go work it out. I'm also a little disappointed. We've gotten some good items since we've gotten some items since we've been down here. Considering we got 8 luck. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more in the item category, you know? That's a shame. Couldn't get anything more out of that. Well, we took this daily as far as it'll go. And in my experience, that's usually enough to rank pretty well. You know, if it just goes all the way to the end, it's not enough. But on one like this where there's hoops, every single one of those hoops is going to catch somebody. Sometimes it's me. And they're not going to get past it in the optimal fashion, or in any fashion. So, the fact that we managed to make this happen, I actually think makes me more optimistic about my ranking chances here. I would not be surprised to actually maybe see a top 150. I think we've played pretty well since Boss Rush. Boss Rush was an exception, but since Boss Rush, yeah. Probably debatably pretty stupid to use Algiz in that situation, but got us through that room a little faster. D8. Let's use it once. I like our stats. There's a +5 damage upgrade, and it doubled our rate of fire. It was already an amazing rate of fire, but still. That's really good. And what was the cost to ourselves? Very little, actually. I think we lost, like, 3.5% of our speed. That's almost nothing. In fact, it's barely recognizable. We've got, like, soy milk. Oh, lusty blood as well. We've got, like, soy milk tier rate, but, like, damage that's not indicative of that at all. Okay, again, this is a waste of points, but let's do it. It's gonna look fun, at least. Cricket's body drastically lowers our range, but at this point, that's highly irrelevant compared to the damage output. Awa's rune can't do anything, so this is really it right here. No Mega Satan bonus, obviously, because you just can't get Mega Satan. This run turned out good by the end. We had a little bit of a lull in the middle section, and then all of a sudden, it really came together by the end here. Finish this off. See where we rank. 37,000. We're in 39th. That's, like, really amazing, actually. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.